Let's stay with this particular story and speak to the Eastern Cape's Community Safety MEC, Weziwe, Tikana-Gxothiwe. Thank you so much, MEC, for your time. A lot of versions are doing the rounds on social media about what exactly may have happened here. What have you been able to establish?
Thank you very much, Bongi, and the viewers. For now, we cannot confirm anything for those which are on in social media. But what we can say is that there's incident, 21 people are no more, and those are the young people at the age between 13 and 17 years. It's a tragedy indeed for the province, but we cannot confirm, but we cannot say also it's stampede. We are waiting for the people to confirm, investigators to confirm.
MEC, if I'm hearing you correctly, you are putting the death toll currently at 21. We're seeing 22, we're seeing 20, so you're saying it's 21.
I can confirm 21. 17 died on the scene and 3 in different hospitals, which took us to 20. But there's the other one who was coming from the community who was brought to us, and 3 of those were referred to the hospital. Then 1 of those died on the road. It means, therefore, it's 25 people whom we can, young people whom we can confirm that are dead, were affected. But it's 21 whom we can confirm that they are dead.
Okay, 25 affected, 21 dead. Now, let's talk about the parents and what they are saying around these young people having ended up at this particular tavern. Did the parents know that these young people, 13 and 17, they shouldn't be at the tavern? Did they ask for permission?
Parents are claiming that they were not aware that their children were at the tavern, but they cannot account on the whereabouts of their children overnight. That's the area which needs to be investigated and engaged with parents, because we could see that there were many young people, even today when we're there, young people were there at the scene. So it means there's a lot which needs to be done with regard to community education on how parents must treat their young ones and look after their children. But they are claiming that they were not aware. But they are having a concern of that tavern, which is not closing on the time, which is in the license.
So let's talk about then the tavern. Where is the owner and what is his version of events?
The owner could not clearly indicate. He is claiming the stampede, of course, as the narrative which is there, but we said investigation must continue. He seemed to be very much devastated, and he could not account of what really transpired. Then we said investigation must take place, but the liquor board has temporarily closed the tavern, informed by the underage people who were there. Then further investigation would be done.
And one of the things, though, is that because you talk about these young people, the ages are 13 and 17 years of age. Some have said that he should have found himself potentially behind bars because these are underage children who are at a tavern.
That's what the police are processing. He could not be arrested at that time, but a case and inquest have been opened. Then we could confirm within the next 24 hours of the action which have been taken after an inquest have been opened with the police.
How concerned are you, MEC? Because there are videos that are doing the rounds of what is purported to be a group of young people that were concentrated in that particular tavern. It was full to the brim, and there's only one entry and exit point. I wonder if you've seen those videos, and what do you make of them?
Yes, I've seen the videos. Hence, I'm saying there are areas of non-compliance. We've called the liquor board they were there. That's an area of non-compliance with the license conditions. So it means, therefore, even the liquor board has to do some investigation on its officials, because there's no tavern which can have one entrance or one area of entry and no exit. They are using one door for those who are patrons and those who are working there. That's an area of concern. Hence, we are saying the liquor board have close it immediately, temporarily close it immediately, pending further investigation, but the police will, I am confident that the police will do their work.
You say 25 young people were affected here. What do we know about the other 4? Because the death toll is at 21.
The others are in hospital, in different hospitals in East London.
Do we know how they are doing, without revealing much, of course?
They are very much critical.
And MEC, this is a very heartbreaking story. I wonder if you were able to engage with some of the young people when you got to the scene. What are they telling you?
You can understand our children by now. Others were devastated. Others still had an interest of entering in the scene and see what has really happened. But we communicated with them, and there is a need for us to continue with the community education in that area for elderly people and young people. Those are the school-going children. It means there must be a program in schools. We'll communicate with my counterpart in education, because we have already started with the program, yes, safety at schools and abuse and bullyism at schools. So that's a program which I was convinced that we have to take it to that area.
I know you
but it's unfortunate because it does not concern the area of Scenery Park only. There were others from Tanzania, which we believe that there are bodies which have not yet been claimed from the mortuary, and we request all parents whom their children have not gone home that they must go and try and look at the bodies which are still there.
Talk to us then a bit more about that, because some of the parents may be watching. Is Tanzania the only area, or are there other areas where you're saying parents must come forward?
We were informed that there were taxis from Tanzania who transported some children to that area because they were famous DJs. So we believe that those from scenery parks have already identified their bodies, but there are those whom we believe that they don't know the whereabouts of their children. That's the reason why I'm saying we request parents whom their children are not yet at home since yesterday must go and visit the Woodbrook mortuary in East London.
Any idea at all how many have not been claimed?
There are 6 now, those who have not yet been claimed.
All right, MEC, certainly this is a very heartbreaking story, and we'll continue then to monitor and see what those investigations bring up when it comes to what exactly may have happened here. And as the minister said there, that there is now a team that is going to be working on this. But let's leave it there with you for now.